Okay, guys, 10:30 on a Monday, so I now know what day of the week it is. Good to have you back. This is Pilates 18, but we've had a bit of gap. So we'll keep it not too difficult first time round. I've got a couple of newbies coming in. See if you of my regulars are here. Nice to see you. Dave, Sharon, Nicole, Anna, Fanny, Rachel. Some of these guys have already done the step. Richard, guess you've got Jill with you. Jenny, Jackie, good to see you. This one definitely won't be in the garden, Jackie. So a few of us may join us. We're going to just get started. So we have equipment, we won't use it all today. Hi Amanda, staying with us. You can always improvise if you haven't got all the equipment, or you just don't have to use it. So no problems, any questions, just message me, not during class though. Okay, quick drink, or you can, and I'll try and message back. Let's go. So, remembering our Pilates stance, very important. Ankle, knees and hips, just sort of nice lengthened here, not too tight or wide, so we have that lovely insertion into your pelvis. So if we're sort of forward or back, we're putting pressure into the lower back, so nice and central. If you're not sure, just a little tilt, come into that neutral position. Hip bones, pubic bone, nice flat triangle, think about that position. Lifting out of the hips but not hunching up. Drop those shoulder blades down. You know me, I like to think about shoulder blades pulling down back into your pockets, so you've got a lovely gap here and we're not all hunched up. If you bring the arms round, I'll see your thumbs, we're pretty much opened in the chest and not rounded into your upper back. So it's all about this good posture. Toes are wiggling so there is no weight going forward. Hi Dee and Sandra. I know Sandra's got a busy day, so I appreciate you staying with us for a while. Lengthen up to the top of the head, but don't tilt up. The chin is parallel with the floor, and a lot of us are a little bit forward with the head. So just think about notching it back, because it weighs about half a stone. We don't want all that weight pressing on the back of the neck there. I know you've heard it all a million times, just need to check. I've got a couple of newbies with us today. So, wiggling those toes, nice posture, feeling relaxed, try not to be all stiff. Just close your eyes and just think about your breath for a moment. Think about your center, pulling in your core muscles. If you put it really tight, you almost really can't breathe. So if you think about a belt around that center, pulling on to the 1, 2, 3, third notch of that belt, those muscles pulling in at that center, just to keep your back safe, because your pelvis stays in that neutral position. So the breathing now, just breathe in through the nose, nice deep breath, exhale through the mouth. Try not to collapse your center, so don't slouch it down if you want to open your eyes just to see. So you do breathe in, no hunching, and as you breathe out, don't collapse. We keep that belt on here, nice and strong, keep that position. Just a couple more deep breaths, get into those lungs, use your diaphragm, up we come. Exhale, one more time. And release. Okay, open your eyes, think about that position, don't stress though, nice and relaxed. Just tilt one ear down, feeling the stretch through the side of the neck. Coming up nice and tall and then stretch the other way. Once more each side, down we go, and back. Then just a full circle with that head, one way and the other. And just again, just stretching, mobilizing any muscles we can. And then bring the head back to center. Now the arms, take one arm up, second arm up, without lifting, and exhale. Lead with the other arm, comes up, and up, and release. We'll do that again. For those who should bring the arms overhead, you can just sweep it forward, forward and back. So it's getting into those shoulders. Sweep it forward, forward and back. Now we're all in that chest position, as we're just going to sweep forward, a big sweep, and then release back, and as you do, push your shoulder blades together in a squeeze. So it's a sweep forward and a squeeze, soft through the knees. sweep forward and squeeze the shoulders. Again, sweep and squeeze. One more time. Sweep and squeeze. If you can, take the arms up. If not, just keep them down here. So we're going to do our Hindu squat, or sorry, our leaning squat today. So we're really going to stretch forward. So we're going to keep that core engaged. We're going to lengthen out the spine. Make sure you're engaged here because you're just going to stretch through the back there. Going to keep the arms pushing back and squeezing. Going to soften your knees and reach forward as you come up, and then go into a lean the other way. Stretch. Come on, feel delicious. Stand tall to come out of that lean, not hunched up. Lengthen again, stretch. And push back. Wiggle those toes, no weight going into those knees. Soften the knees as you reach forward. Come past the centre line and lean back. We're going to go one more time, guys. Standing tall. Lengthen out. Press back. Soften those knees, release. Lean back for the last time. And release. Round the shoulders and push it back again. Round the shoulders and push back. Now from here, release the arms down. We're going to take opposite arm and leg and just squeeze back with the leg and stretch up with that arm. And then we go the other side. Squeeze. Let's do it again. Superman. So this is a good extension here for those that can't go to the full balance position, in which case you'll just stay with these. If you're okay, I'm going to ask you to take both hands, one leg, stretch forward and look for a good extension. Lengthen out, look for that balance. And release and bring the knee through. And then exactly the same the other side. Stretch, push the other leg. Now if you can't get into these, you can just keep the back leg touching the floor with the toe. And release. We're going to go again, one more each side. Push. Stretch. With that good balance, focus on the floor with your vision. Try not to bend that neck, keep it nicely lengthened. Last one, the other side. Look for it. Look for that balance, bring that leg up, stretch. Release, come down. And then just walking the dog. So, walking through your feet, like so. Just mobilising those feet. And then we're bringing the hips and the buttocks. So we get really deep. Again, pushing back through your bottom so there's no weight into those knees. So it's just really exaggerating that movement. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Release. Bringing one leg up. We want to get into those hips. So strong with your core. Lift the knee up. Imagine a pencil on the end and draw infinity sign. Those two little loops meeting in the middle. Start getting bigger if you can. Feeling that into your hip. And release. Come down. Oh, get rid of those clips. Other side. Pencil on that knee. Draw that infinity sign in front of you. Or two loops joining in the middle, whatever you can visualise. Then start getting bigger if you can into that hip. And release. Little squeeze down. Strong in that core. Relax the arms out, chest tight. A little rotation, pressing your hips forward so we come into the waist. Take a breath and just come into centre. And then we'll go the other side. Press those hips forward and then come into centre. Go one more time. For those that want a little more and they know the move, as you come back, lift your other leg just to check your balance and use your core. And then we'll go round, press those hips forward, and then lifting that knee up. One more, shall we? So lift that knee again. Round we go, press the hips forward. Take a breath in because you do need the oxygen. Opposite leg starts lifting as you rotate, so you're turning and rotating at the same time, checking on that balance. Release, and then we go the other side. And come up. Release, just stretching up and coming up onto the balls of your toes. Keep the arms low if you need to, if not bring them up. If you might have blood pressure issues or other issues. Release, and just come up onto the not toes, balls of the feet. So you think you can feel the balls of the feet, so once you're up there, wiggle those toes so that you know you're not pushing any weight forward. Release. Still with that belt intact, I will keep reminding you, we are going to curl towards the floor. Don't force it first time. A lot of us have got stiff backs, back issues. This is why it's important to keep doing our stretching, Pilates, yoga, that sort of thing. So we're going to tuck the chin, head and shoulders hang, but we're strong in the centre, the powerhouse. We're just going to curl slowly towards the floor, not forcing it as far as you can. If you need to soften your knees for your back, please do. Take a breath in, and then just restack. Do that a couple of more times. We'll add a little swing, shoulders roll back, always this gap here. Tuck. Just rolling down. Do you feel okay? A little swing from side to side. And then we're just going to restack that spine. We'll go once more, just nicely warming up the back here. Oh, lovely, lovely. Just let the head and shoulders hang. Down we go. Little swing. And that restack for the last time. Shoulders released into neutral. Tuck. Coming into the mat this time, guys. Down we come. We're just going to soften our knees, walk it down, bring the knees down. We're going to drop into a child's pose, so fold down, just stretch into your back, but keep the arms forward. Dropping down, deep as you can. High side. You haven't been out on your bike much this weather? Well, you probably have. Release, bring the hands by your ankles, let that head drop a little lower, deeper into the back there. Interlock the fingers in the small of your back. Then just bring the arms up as you push your bottom up, rolling into your head, and then stretch the arms as much as you can. Release, we'll do that one more time. So the arms come up as you lift up the bottom, and then keep the arms going, and just that little roll into the head. I don't think we've got to worry about anyone messing their hair up because we haven't been to the hairdressers. Walking all the way forward. Laying down into that prone position. More stretching into the back, very important. So arms are just down. And a little push up, push up, push up, and hold it. Shoulders back, not hunched up, and just squeeze it up and feel that deep stretch. Oh, lovely. And release. We're going to go up and hold that stretch once more. Pushing up and feel it nice, relaxed into the upper back there. Pushing down into the small of your back. And release. Just push up, bring the knees in. So from this position, we're going to straighten one leg. We'll bring the opposite heel forward, and the reason for that is take pressure out of that knee. And then just slide back the pelvis and sit down into the hips, stretch there, and drop the chest as low as you can. Now, one or two of you won't like this stretch, in which case you can come onto your back here or be seated back and you feel you gradually ease into that stretch coming here. We're all pretty tight around these hips and bums. Relaxing the shoulders. And come into neutral. So our first move today, fairly basic move, it's a good one. So shoulders are back and we're into our 4-point position. So knees are under the hips, we're not rolling backwards or forwards. And then through the shoulder, through the elbow, down into the hand. Spread the fingers, release them a little bit so you're more centered through your palms. Neutral here, so you're not arched or lowered. So if you had a little pool of water, we'd just sit in the small of the back there. So we're just, first position for those that really need it, if you've been injured or you're new, we just slide the opposite arm and leg, keep in contact with the floor, and slide back, place that down. Breathing out as you slide away. Breathing in as you come back. Now those that want, you bring it into the lift, but don't overextend because you'll collapse your pelvis. And don't pull out that arm too far. Think about the shoulder staying back. And come back. So not rushing these moves. And then lengthen. And release. So again, I'll just come on so I see you. The knees need to be under. And as you slide out, we're looking for a real strong core to keep that position. And then as you come back, you can place the knee down, hand down, don't get any of the wiggling. You're centered there so you can slide the other arm and leg out without rolling that pelvis. So it's very controlled. And lastly, for those that want, you can lift your toes and go into the extension. So you really use your core muscles to hold that position rather than balancing with your toe down. Don't go lift up really high, it's just so you're not using those toes to support. Breathe as you lengthen out and come back. So we'll do a couple more sets. Anytime you want to come out of it, just relax back. Breathe. Hey guys, good to be back, yes? Lengthen out. One more each side. Push it out. Don't tense those feet. If you feel they're tensing, just relax them, give them a little wiggle. And again, not overextending, so don't kick too high. Lengthen out. And release. Just drop back into child's pose, release that back a little bit. Release coming up. So another set, here we go. So again, exactly the same, but if you want a little bit more, we'll extend, we'll pull through and extend again, all on the same side, and then place that hand and knee down. Neutral, we go the other side. Now always, with most of us, one side is stronger than the other, doesn't matter. Still working hard. And back. Couple more sets here. If you want to just stay on the slide out and back, that's absolutely perfect. It's all about different levels for different people. Some of us are injured, some of us are more flexible, some of us have different length limbs. All affects what we can do. So you do what your body is happy with. One more each side, or we've already said that, doesn't matter. It's always better to do one more than one less. Unless you've had enough, then you just listen to your body and come out of the move. Out we go. Come forward with the knee. Extend for the last time. And release. Off those wrists. Nice and relaxed. My mat is walking, it does happen I'm afraid, so don't worry too much. So we're going to sit forward, remember keep your belt on, a little stretch on the inner thighs, we do as much stretching as we can so nothing goes ping. This is where we're looking for So again, everyone depends on your flexibility. Press those feet in, open up those legs, press the chest forward so you really feel this coming in. Some people are far more flexible than others. Doesn't matter, keep it going. Oh, shoulders are down. Hi Susan, how are you today? Hope you're feeling well enough for the class. Just don't overdo it. Be good for once. Lovely to have you. And release. Shake out those legs. So, again, we're going to do some rollbacks. If you want to use a ball, if you've got issues, you can roll into that ball, but don't lay in it so it takes your weight. If you're strong enough in the core, you won't need it, but you still need to make sure that you are using your core strength to hold that balance. So we're keeping the knees apart and the knees bent, so we're not on a straight leg yet. So nice and relaxed, ankle, knees and hips, shoulders down always, not hunched up. And we're just going to roll about 2/3 towards the mat where you feel you've got to hold your upper body weight here. Like I say, if you need to, you can use that for a little bit of support, but entirely up to you. If you haven't got one of these, anything, you've got a rolled up cushion or something. Release. So we're going to roll it back, breathing out. Take an in breath, then breathe out, come up and just squeeze your shoulders behind you. And then release the shoulders. Breathe out and come back to that point there. We call it the tipping point because if you just didn't hang on, you would fall off it. And squeeze back up. Breathing out. Take your in breath and then breathing out. So we're hitting that tipping position again and making it a bit harder. So we're going to breathe out, take an in breath, then breathe out as you just tap one side, tap the other. Stay with me, tap one side, tap the other. Sit up when you need to, one more. Tap one side, tap the other. We sit up now. Breathing out. So we're going back exactly the same. We're tapping, but the opposite leg will just extend. Just need a little more control with this. Tapping to the side, one more time. So we're building this. Coming up, breathing out and squeeze. So anytime you want, you just stay at a level, you don't have to add on. Coming back. So we're going to tap, but reach up. No legs yet. Tap, but reach up. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. Breathe and come up. We'll do that tap and reach, but we're going to bring in the leg. So we tap and reach, tap and reach, tap and reach, tap and reach. One more each side. Tap, reach, tap, reach. Relax. Come up. So we're going back to the tap without reaching. We're going to make it a little quicker, a little harder, and we'll roll the shoulders. So we do that infinity sign or figure of 8. 2, 3. Coming up. We go back. That figure of 8. But add that leg. Add that leg. Add that leg. And again. Beginning to feel it by now, coming up. If you feel you don't want to come up in between each set, you stay there. I know some of you are really strong. So now we do the leg and the reach up combination. So it becomes like a paddle going in the water and pulling out, up and down. And coming up. So we're going back for one more set. yet, guys. So we think we're in a boat, so we're going to do the figure of 8 version, which is like paddling the water, but it's nice and calm. Nice and calm. You're feeling your hip flexors now. 2 more. Come out if you want. If not, the water's got choppy. Lift it out. Lift it out. Lift it out. Lift it out. Couple more. Come on. 1 and 2. Release. Come up this time. Bring the knees in. Press the chest towards your knees. Keep the shoulder blades down. Look down with the head. We're feeling really warm now. Might have to open the window in a minute. So a little ease here. So what we're going to do, a little massage on the spine. So you can just roll back and forward if you wish. Or you can take the feet off and do a little roll here into the mat. Start and finish with those feet off if you can. And try and keep the gap here the same so you're not like using your legs. Just massaging that back, just 1 or 2 more. Up. And 1 more. Release. Okay, lengthen out. So now we're going into straight leg zone. A little bit more difficult. So I'm going to show you options. So, rolling back. We're going to go all the way into the mat. Feeling those core muscles stretch long. Breathe in, lift the head off. Then you're going to conduct the music. And what I don't want to see is you throw yourself up. What I want to see is you use your core. So breathe and use your core to come up. Lift, stretch towards those feet. Roll it back. Keep going again. We're staying with it. If you can't get off the mat, go 2/3 down. Here. Take a breath and then roll up with the straight legs. Lengthen. Staying with it. Going to stretch. Conduct the music. Hands can be above the hips or the chest. Core control. Coming up. 1 or 2 of you will have your arms out or above your head. Rolling down. We'll do a couple more. Stretch. Oh, feel that length. Breathe in and lift off. Conduct the music. Breathe out. Use your core to come up. 1 last time, and I'll quickly show 1 or 2 of you who've struggled with this. If you really can't get up, you can use a band, and then as you come up, pull on that band. What that meant, if you keep your shoulders down, you're not using your back, you're using your core, but it allows you to create the move. So there's always options. Next time down, just stay down. Full stretch, just lengthen it out. Okay, release. Now if you've got a band, we're going to use it. You don't have to use the band, you can do the same movement. If you've got a prickly ball, you can add that. We are going to do leg rotations. So this will stimulate blood flow. So we're going to start off with the band. Doesn't matter which leg, because you're going to do the other one. And the first thing is to stretch that hamstring. So we're just going to put the band on the back of the head and drop our head back. And really feel the length and stretch here in that hamstring. So again, it's about flexibility. Everyone's going to be different. The other leg can stay bent or extended. This is the leg we're thinking about. Release the stretch a little. Take the ball, tuck it under that buttock. Now it's a little bit out to the side, so that you can get the side of your glute, your side of your bum muscle when we rotate. You can relax your head in a rolled up towel, or if you've got our balls, you can use those. Tension on the band. Hug your waist with your elbows or super glue your hands to your tummy. What I don't want to see is your arms following your leg. So hang on to that and then push against that band. Breathing out as your leg goes away. Breathe in as it comes back. And then we reverse that action. Breathe out as your leg circles away. Breathe in as it comes back. Rolling over this prickly ball if you're using it. Just to stimulate the blood flow. Feels lovely. Loosens that muscle a little. Now if you've had a hip replacement recently, don't cross your centre line. You will know that. You've been told about that. Just stay safe. And again, let's rotate one more time. So a little bit changing that movement now. Roll the ball in so it's like under that sit bone you sit on. Okay, you're going to push against it. Foot to the ground again, keeping those hands near your core. Push down. Use the resistance of that band. Push and lengthen that leg. And then we're just going to get a little more out of this move. One more. And what I'm going to ask you to do is separate the band, hold it tight, low to your foot. Again, push down. But as you come up, open the chest and pull and come into a bit of a dynamic stretch into the back of that leg. So we use a little bit of movement here, that swing, push down and up. Push down and swing it. Just a couple more. Open it up, one more, and open. Okay, release. So what we're going to do now, take the ball out, just take that leg out to the side, and you're just going to hang on to the band so you don't relax the weight of the leg in the floor, and let that stretch the inner thigh now. Now if you haven't got the band, it doesn't matter, you're using the weight of the leg. Same as in the rotations, it's just a slightly different version. Pass the band into your hand and then bring that leg across, keep your chest and shoulders square, and we're stretching around here, buttock, hips, small of your back depending on how tight you feel, but don't roll into it, keep your chest, shoulders square to the ceiling. Release. So of course we'll do all on the other side for the other leg. So switch the band. First off that hamstring stretch, however it suits you. Bring that leg towards you. Now I know some of you are very flexible. You get your leg almost behind you on the floor. My hamstrings are very tight, very old. Not old enough that I've had the jab though. Still to come. Release the stretch. There's your ball. Tuck it under. Slightly out to the side so you can get the side of that buttock. Grab your waist with your elbows or tuck your hands. And here we go. Breathe out as the leg goes away. Roll over that prickly ball. Come back as you breathe in. And then reverse it. Around we go. Oh, delicious. We like lots of delicious moves. Not falling off the mat, can you still see me? Round we go. Pushing round, breathing out and in. One more time. Oh, feel that round that prickly ball. Again, if you haven't got the ball, doesn't matter. If anyone wants balls, I can send you the link to buy some. They're not expensive. Tuck it in a little bit more. Okay, pushing against that, up and down with that leg. Up and down. Up and down. Nice. And then go a little bit more dynamic with that movement. So separate the band, push down and use your shoulders to pull that leg. Oh, if you're tight and stiff, this is going to find you out. Open. Open. How are we doing? Couple more. Up we come. Up we come. And release. Take that leg out to the side. Ditch that ball. Passing that band across, come over, get that stretch. Okay, release. Relax, take the ball away. A little bit of the bridge here now. So heels coming in close to the buttocks. Strong pelvic tilt. Peeling off that spine, coming up, press those hips. Pushing up. Release and walk that spine down. Try and segment it. Don't just lift your bottom. So you're working through the back into neutral and then tilt into your pelvis. Bring in the arms, try and keep them off the floor. And about 8% to that movement, stretching up. And release down. One more basic one, let's go. Strong tilt. Peeling off, coming up. Stretching up. Relaxing down. So just going to change it slightly. Feet in, come into your toes, lift your heels. Keep your heels off. So, strong tilt, peel. Coming up. Pushing up, open those hips a little more. Make sure you're going up, not forward, so you're not pushing through the knees. Keep the heels off, tilt, up we come. And down. One more. Tilt, up we come. Okay, coming up, still with those heels off, staying up. And then that squeeze and push, use your buttocks, feel it into your thighs. Up you go, arms off if you can. If you need to relax them down, that's fine. Shoulders down, pushing up. So it's a little move up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Walk down that spine. We do that again, heels are still off. Tilt, get that back in the floor, peel off. Up. Okay, we're going to go again, that pulse, squeezing up. Up, up. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, walk down the spine. Knees roll in, and then straighten out and come onto your side. So, nice basic move, but a very good, important move. So, side line is what it says. We're on our side and a nice straight line. Arm is lengthened. So if you've got any issues with your back, then your feet slightly forward, if not take them back. So as we breathe out, lift both legs but independently of each other so they're in line with your hips, breathing out. Nice to lay in line with your hip. Take a breath and then breathe out and extend through the shoulders. You don't have to add the arms. Keeping it nicely extended. Exhale with the shoulder and rolling down. Try not to wobble back because you'll be using your buttocks. So we're going to lengthen up. Extend it out. And come back. And lower. Let's go again. So we're going to do 2 or 3 more. And for those that want the add-on, breathe out. Here you go. Extend it without pulling out your shoulders. A little swim. to challenge that balanced position. Here we go. Challenge it. Release with the shoulder, still balanced here, and lower. Let's do a couple more. Up. Release. Stretch long. Can't believe where the time's going. Need about 3 hours, I think. Stretch down and lower. One last time here, guys. Up we go. Extension. And release with the shoulder. And down. Bend those knees. So nice and relaxed. We're just going to do a little bit through the shoulders now, so it's an oyster. So if you've got something you can hold, it's fine. If not, don't worry. Arms are out. So 3 parts to the move. Breathe and open the chest. Roll your upper body, but keep your hips forward. Here. And then close. And then rotation through that shoulder. So we're going to breathe out, take it past the ear, scoot round, scoot past that hip. Line those arms so your ribs are still in alignment, and then push back through the hip and round through the shoulder. Let's go again. So we open the chest. If you can't take your arms overhead, stay with your openings. You can do a half semicircle. We can always modify, still get that benefit. Rotation, push back. One more set, guys. Open it up. Close it. Round to go. And push it back. Oh, lovely through that shoulder. Finishing that 3rd set. I'm going to ask you just to roll onto your front. Prime position. So, just push up into that little stretch into your back. Release the shoulders back and look for that position. So we're just going to do some back now. Some back raises, chest raises, however you like to call them. Well, I'm glad Susan's in, but I'm glad she's not here for you to see, because I'm rubbish at these and she's brilliant. But if you're working, doing it, you're working like me, so let's do it. The shoulders are back and down. So what we want to do, just first off, just a little squeeze up, keep the arms down. You start feeling the muscles you need to, where we're supporting the spine, coming into the small of the back. Breathing out next time, bring the arms off at the same time. Keep the legs down. Breathing out. Focus with your vision on the floor. And down. Breathe it out. And down. Breathe it out. And down. Staying with this, guys. If you want a little bit more, we're going to pulse it. So we're going to come up, breathing and squeeze. 2, 3, and down. And again, coming up. And that squeeze. 2, 3. Just a couple more today, guys. Let's do it again. Coming up. 3, 2, 1. And back down. We ready? Coming up. 3, 2, 1. Release. Now come up. And just lengthen all 4 limbs. Release and down. So if the weight of both legs in your back is too much, just do one single leg. Up, extension, and your legs. Don't pull out those shoulders though, guys. Let's do a couple more. So those of you that are doing single legs, we're still with you. You've got time to do a couple each side. Release and down. Coming up, up, extension. Release and down. Just kick those heels, release the back. Little roll in the pelvis. And a push up. Okay, so we're coming on to our next move, our full leg prone. You might know it as the plank. So I'm going to show you some versions. If you want, first position. Shoulders are back. We're doing it from bent arms, not straight arms, because I believe the bent arm version use more core and less shoulders. So elbows are underneath your shoulders. Try not to push forward, so you're pulling back, so we do use the core. Bounce, very important to stay intact here. If you point your toes, you can lengthen from your knees, and you'll feel the weight of your torso. You're not pushing back, because that will hurt your back. So you're just holding the weight of your torso. So, next position if you choose, tuck the ball underneath, flex your feet, don't just lay in the ball because that will be doing all the work, come up. I'm in touch with the ball, but I'm not putting my weight in it, that I would be. So you can hold the position there. And anytime you need a break, you can come down. Next position is no ball, and exactly the same, don't force through the shoulders, come up to here. Okay? So we're just going to go up, we're going to have a little chat. If you get bored, we can move our legs a little. So let's see where we are. Are we okay? 6. Let's come up, here we go. So we won't stop there too long, any position, whichever position you choose, we're up now. You can come up and down as often as you like. Breathe. So it's lovely to be back. If only that I know it's going to be a Monday when we're doing this. Shame about all the rain. I'm getting a bit sick of the rain. I know we want it for the garden, but everywhere is so wet. Hopefully it will ease off. Not this week, I don't think. Guys, I hope you're all staying safe and behaving and not doing anything you shouldn't. I know a lot of you are at work, which is great. Makes you feel a bit normal, I guess. Stay with it. A little bit longer, guys, come on. Nearly there, come on. Breathe, relax, think of something nice. What are you having dinner? Or even lunch. Visualize your menu. Looks good. Nearly there. A few more seconds. Come on, count it in your head. Not long. 3, 2, 1. Soften the knees, come down, relax. Okay, definite stretch now, so we're going to push back into child's pose, get a nice deep stretch into our back. Never gets any easier, that one. So release, we're going to poke our legs out the opposite way, so we come into our side line as we did. So what we do on one side, we've got to do on the other, so here we go. So remember, if you've got back issues, bring those feet slightly forward so you've got a strict line. Other than that, we're looking stack feet, arm up but shoulder blade down. You can bend if you want to support your neck. Always roll a towel under there if you need it. Always options. Try not to roll back on your bottom. And stack, core control. Don't sort of keep the legs clamped together, again, unless you've got issues with your back. Lengthen those legs, lifting them but apart, so you're good, nicely in line with your hips. Breath in, add the shoulder. Again, always optional, you don't have to add those arms. but not pulling out the shoulder blades. We're trying to lengthen the body here. Exhale and lower. Let's go again. Lengthen out. Breath and then stretch long. Here we go. Exhale and lower. So for those that want, guys, breathe. Find that position. Breathe in, you need oxygen. It's going to fuel your muscles. It's like fuel for the tank. Stretch long if you want to challenge. We're off on that little swim here. So the legs, you can do the shoulders, arms if you wish. It's just challenging that balanced position. 3, 2. And come down with the shoulder and down. Let's do a couple more, guys. Up we go. Lengthen. Stretch long. And add that swim if you want. If not, go down. You just go down and up to your own time. You're breathing strong in that center, that bout's pulled in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Hey guys, what's happening with Captain Tom? One more. If he's over 100, shouldn't he have had the jab? I don't quite know how he's got the virus. Anyway, hope he's safe and he's all good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the shoulder, coming down. Bend those knees. A little bit into the shoulders now. You want to grab something, you can, doesn't matter what it is really. So, shoulders down, relaxed here. Knees are stacked, feet are together. Open up the chest. This is a great move. Again, if you can't do the full semicircle, do a half. The full circle, do your semi. Still using that mobility into your shoulder. So we have 3 moves, opening and the rotations. So open that chest. Oh, nice and wide. And then round we go, into that shoulder. Using your waist as well, always the core. Lots happening, always, always. Open the chest. Close. Round we go. And push back for the last time. And then release. So what I'm going to ask you to do is roll on your backs now. Oh, brilliant. So, if you've got these prickly balls, we can use them. We're going to do our tabletop position next, with or without the balls. If you're using them, put them sort of top of the buttock, not quite the small of the back. Again, getting that stimulation. So they're not supporting your back, you've got to use your core always to support your back. This is about stimulation, and on this move, having the balls, because you're elevated, it makes the move a little harder. So again, it doesn't matter if you've got them or not, so bring those knees in. Then I'm going to ask you to bring your legs into that 90-degree angle. So we've got knees in line with the hips, heels in line with the knees. Right, so comfortable, strong, nice and relaxed, no pressure in the joints, feet are relaxed. All I'm going to ask you to do is to breathe out, extend one leg away, and then the other side. But don't bring those knees back past your hip. Again, 2 more each side. 1, 2, and now give me 4 on one side. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Static there, other side. Pulled in at your core. Because we're not letting those knees come past our hip line, we're really working hard into the core and the back. 3, and 4. Now if your back permits, both legs. Whoa. Now if your back doesn't permit, stay on the singles. And one more. Now if you need to, that little squeeze forward, we're going to do another set slightly different. So all I want you to do is start from that position, is lengthen one leg, lengthen the other. Lengthen one leg and the other. Lengthen. Two more. Give me 4 on one side. Lengthen, release. 4 on the other side. 4, 3, 2. Doubles if you can. If not, stay on the singles. 4, 3, 2. 1, release forward if you need to, if not, combination of the 2. So here we go, out, up, down, release, 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 out, up, down, release. So we're alternating there. Let's do 4 on one side. Out, lift, lower, release. Same leg. Up. 2 more, same leg. Out, up, lower. 1 more. Other side. Out, up, out, up. 2 to go. 1 more. Out, up. Doubles if you can, if not, it's 4 more. So 4 more single legs. 2, 3, and 1 more. 4. Whoa, release. Feet down if you've got those balls in. Swing your hips from side to side. Not your knees. The balls will gradually walk out and pop out to the side. Tuck them under and do it 1 more time. Swing your hips. Not your knees, they're staying looking at the ceiling. Pushing down in the balls and they will walk out. Look at that, they pop out. Okay, release. Full stretch. Guys, almost out of time. Can't believe where the time's gone. Just bend your knees, a little roll from side to side. Shoulders are relaxed and down. Release, cross one leg over and then push down to the floor. Feel that stretch here. Release, roll back, uncross, cross the other side. Keep rolling, bring that leg across. Feel that stretch. Release into center. Straighten your legs, palms up, just close your eyes for a moment. Just roll your head from side to side. Now guys, you've got a choice. You can lay here a bit longer. Take a breath, tuck the chin in. Curling up. Whoa, should feel a bit tougher this time. Lift out. Stretch. Ease back. Guys, it was lovely having you with me. If you want to lay down and have a little bit longer in that relaxation, that's fine. If not, if you've got a busy day, stay strong in your core, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Love to all.